with another one, and she would always say, she would say, baby, that Chinese woman didn't know any English, but she saw that I was struggling, and she took care of Lorraine for the 2 days that it took for me to get to LA.
And that's part of what you were saying. That's seeing the humanity in another person, not, whether they're Chinese or Mexican or this or that,
I just hope that we can get to a place where it's just honestly all love. I mean, of course, you're going to have certain people that's like, oh, I don't like you because of X, Y, and Z. But I think humans are inherently good.
Oh, I don't.
I do. I think there's way more good. I think most people want to be good. It's just like anything else. The dicks run it for the rest of us. They stand out.
I think if everybody is on a level playing field, yeah. But at the split second there's an opportunity to get more power, more money, more influence, more whatever, people will fuck each other over in a split second.
Some majority. Some people will. Some people won't. Some people really are good. I mean,
maybe I'm just a pessimist.
The ones that aren't leave an impression.
Yeah.
And it's just like what we were saying before. It's like the extremes are so loud. Well, when somebody really royally fucks you over, it's loud. You know what I'm saying? It means 25 people may have done you right, but that one leaves an impression.
Yep.
Like you said, Ms. Ray, I think if you sit people down, right, I think people are more so in the middle. Like truly, everybody's thought processes and how they feel about things, they are in the middle, but it's just that one. That can
but they all get shouted down by the few.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's so easy because they're so loud, because I honestly think the ones that are so loud, they profit and they benefit from us staying divided. So they don't want the moderate voices to be heard. And it becomes such a clamor that it's hard to sit down and find out that 90% of the people, while it's on a spectrum and some people care more about this versus that, we're a lot closer together than we are apart. But those extremes, they keep being so loud and being so upfront that it's hard to realize that.
Well, and it's like I've said so many times, the ones that want to keep us divided, the reason they want to keep us divided is because it's easier to control a population if that population is divided. I mean, it's the old adage, divide and conquer. You know, I mean, you look at...
If I'm busy fighting my neighbor, I don't have time to...
If I'm busy watching you, I can't see what's actually going on over here. And they do it all the fucking time. If there's some big fucking... not natural disaster, but any other type of disaster, what are they not wanting me to see? You know, when this group over here is raising all kinds of holy hell and causing all these fucking problems, what's actually going on? It happens every time. Every single time.
I would have to agree on that. And I had posted something on my Facebook a few weeks ago. I was talking to my cousin, because that's who I live with. I was like, I'm going to place a bet that we're not going to hear about any police brutality, black versus white issues until there's another election. She doesn't want to believe me. I said, okay, we're going to place a bet. I can guarantee you. And what I try to tell I was weird saying my people, but I always say is we get baited, right? Because the powers that be, the politicians, they know that if you can get black people riled up enough, you can get just about any legislation passed, right? And it's actually really, really sad. And like people who run campaigns or just are in that field, they know that black people, we are very, very, very emotional, right?
Well, it's not even about emotion, I don't think, because if you take a group of people who have been historically victimized in this country, black people, indigenous people, whoever, and you and that have been victimized, like legitimately, and you say you're still a victim, and these people over here are the ones that did it to you. That's the quickest way to get people divided. And this is no bullshit. That's exactly what Hitler did in Nazi Germany. He told the Germans, the Anglicized, no, the non-Jewish Germans. He said, the reason your life is shit is because of the Jews. They're the ones that did it to you, and they're the bad guys. And it immediately divided the country.
Like when I ask my friends, because, you know, oh, black people are oppressed, right? We're in the, 21st century, 20th century?
21st.
When I ask them, I say, are you oppressed? They really sit there, and the answer is no. We're being told we are, but we're not. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just take these buzzwords and these causes and we run with it because it seems like it's the cool thing to do, or everybody wants to just show up their woke.
Because it removes that sense of personal responsibility. I'm not oppressed because of the decisions that I've made. I'm oppressed or I'm in the position I'm in because of something that somebody else did.
But at the same time, I hear, because, you know, where we live, all I hear about is how Christians are oppressed.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No,
nobody
not.
has more power in this country than
I've
Christians.
never heard that.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I haven't heard that.
I hear it every fucking day. We're trying to take Christ out of this. We're trying to take Christ out of that. Well, first of all, Christ shouldn't be in the government because there's a whole thing about that. But yeah, I hear it like every day.
You must be listening to what's his fucking name? The state senator from Saline County that's such an idiot.
No.
Well, what the fuck is his name? Jason something. Rapert. Yeah, he's a fucking...
No,
tard.
I can't listen to him because he blocked me on the Facebook.
He blocked me too.
What are you guys doing?
Harassing state
he's
senators.
a dipshit.
He's a fucking moron.
I think I called him a bombastic moron.
I called him a fucking idiot on his page.
And apparently he took offense to that. And
I can't imagine why.
He threatened to sue me, and I was like, bring it, bitch. And
you didn't call him a cheap table saw?
No, I know. And
what did she say?
A cheap table saw. And so he blocked me on the Facebook, and I'm glad because he actually makes my blood boil. But yeah, I hear all the time. I mean, it's constant. Like if you watch the news station feed.
Oh, see, that's why I don't see it. I don't
Christians are trying to be erased, and like, oh my God, it's gross and it's stupid, and like Christians have more power than anybody in America, and they're always worried about...
I don't know. I would say Catholics have more power than them.
Catholics or Christians, Chris?
Well, then why are they called Catholics?
Because they're a part...
Why do they use a different Bible?
Oh my God!
You are so dumb sometimes.
No,
I'm not. I know the difference between Catholicism and Protestants.
I didn't say Protestants. I said Christians.
I bet if you call a Catholic a Christian,
one.
I bet if you call a Catholic a Christian, they will correct you.
No, they won't.
You make me
they
fucking
will.
tired.
Oh my God!
Episcopalians are Christians. Like Christians, there's
Protestants.
like
Christians, the umbrella term, and then all the little
and then there's
raindrops are all the
denominations
different
under that.
denominations.
Oh, you are smarter than that, and you're just like spew.
No, I know how the shit goes.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
No, why did you say that?
Do we need to talk about the Protestant Reformation? I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway,
Fuck a monkey,
just
Chris.
go-
It's not. It has nothing to do. They're still Christians. That
Okay,
the Christian God
okay,
is their man in chief.
or is it the Pope?
Oh,
Oh my
God.
God! Stop it!
Oh shit! Stop.
What happened?
Oh, she got
I
all
got frustrated and slammed my hands on the table and
pissy with me.
Because you just keep saying dumb shit.
It's not dumb. It's whatever. Just fucking get back to your stuff.
I'm so enraged right now. I can't remember what I was saying.
I'm sorry. Did that
I
sound
stopped talking
authentic?
religion
No.
with people years ago because one thing about me, I don't want to say I overanalyze things, but I took a few years just to really read the Bible and study it, and I had like sticky notes. I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me.
Because
Yeah.
it contradicts itself.
And by God, don't question it, because then you're...
Yeah, well, you should try reading the Ethiopian Bible. It's got like 15 extra books.
But yeah, I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
just
And then I heard, well, not heard, I read that there was an actual council of
Nicaea.
Nicaea.
Yep.
And they really sat and they said, okay, we're going to take X, Y, and Z out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a minute, so what are we not being told? And then, and I actually have it, I got my hands on the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
That's in the
read it,
Ethiopian
and I was
Bible.
like, oh, it is?
Yes.
Yep.
It's one of the extra
right.
books.
Well, I think it's in. There's like 4 different sets of Bibles,
Well,
but the most complete is the Ethiopian.
and not just that, but like the King James or the
the different translations.
the different translations of the Protestant Bible, even like one of translation was done by Catherine Parr around the time of the English Reformation, and
so it's early mid 1500s. Okay,
and
that was before the King James, because the King James was in 16.
yeah,
something.
that was after King James was after he was a Stuart.
How fucking arrogant do you have to be to have a version of the Bible named after you so you can do what you want?
How arrogant do you have to be to break with hundreds of years of tradition of Rome and make yourself the Pope of your own church so you can get new poonie?
Yeah.
Was it the Church of England?
Mm-hmm. King Henry VIII.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
Because the
it
old
happened.
church wouldn't let him divorce her.
He
and
wanted
go,
to divorce, and
He should have grabbed the Book of Mormon. He could have
And
a
Yeah, he could have done whatever he wanted to. Yeah.
it wasn't written yet.
Well,
the
fuck,
Infanta of
that's right.
Spain, Catherine of
Indiana
Aragon,
Jones
and
hadn't happened yet, so they couldn't write
and
that
so
book.
yeah, I mean, but that's literally how the Church of England split, is because he didn't want the Pope to tell him he couldn't get a divorce.
Yeah.
And
You
so
know what you need to watch? It's the Borgias.
I've started
Netflix?
it.
I've watched part of it.
It really blew my mind. Just all the finagling they did.
Oh, yeah.
And the Catholic Church, I was like, they really were the ones that were calling the shots, quiet as it's kept.
Oh,
Like, they
it's
had
that's
so-
not quiet.
Yeah, no, that's not quiet at all.
Well, I mean, you understand, like nowhere in any incarnation of the Bible does purgatory exist. Purgatory as a concept was developed by the Catholic Church as a way to make money, because then when somebody you love died, you would pay them to pray them out of purgatory,
They do make a reference to Sheol in the Old
which is a
Testament.
reference to hell.
Yeah.
Not purgatory.
Yeah, there's not some intermediate
The
thing.
waiting room to hell is what I mean. That's what purgatory is, basically.
Either you go it or you're not.
Yeah, it's like, well, I've been in here in purgatory for 30 years. They're not praying
They
enough.
haven't even called my number.
Yeah, I mean,
Give
that was
them
just,
some more money. They still hadn't let me
that
out.
was literally made up by the Catholic Church as a way to
Yeah.
monetize and steal from poor people.
I mean, you have to admire that level of innovation, though.
Diabolical.
I squint my eyes at all these mega churches because there's one that's like literally
I don't even
right
squint
around
my
the corner
eyes.
of my
I full
house.
on.
Yeah, I totally side-eye that one in Houston.
Yeah. Oh, all
Oh,
of them.
God,
The
yeah.
ones right here in Little
Oh,
Rock.
those motherfuckers. Yeah.
I mean, we've got like a church that I'm not even shitting you. The construction of it cost $35 million.
Is that the big one on I-40?
The Megalo Church, yeah, the Megalo Market
Market
churches.
church.
And like all I can think of, that's a lot of meals for homeless people. That's a lot
they
of.
could have built a $1 million church and built 35 or 34, I guess, $1 million homeless shelters.
Yeah, or little
And
tiny home communities.
And not had a homeless problem in Little Rock anymore.
Yep,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, fuck those guys.
they're just people.
The one
Yeah.
right around the corner for me, in order to be a member, you have to provide your tax return.
Oh, that would,
Oh, yeah,
that's a no from me.
The one on 40 between 30 and
That-
67.
yeah, you
have to do that.
You have to do that.
Oh no.
There's no way.
They tell you
Oh no.
what your contribution will be.
That's when the negotiation would start.
If y'all joined and you died, Amber's just screwed because your estate has to go to them.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're
and-
lying.
oh no. Hey, hell no.
And the people join the
And
damn
people
thing.
wonder why I'm just like, fuck religion. I'm
Yeah.
done with religion.
after the last church we went to and that didn't work out, we're like, we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like people go, "Why you hate God?" I never said I did.
never said I did.
I said, "Fuck religion,"
Yeah.
and I'll say it again, and I'll say it slower, faster, whatever you need me to. Religion and God
Not the
are
same.
not the same.
Nope.